Hey everyone, it's Hannah and welcome to the EYF Vlog 2019 edition. So it is Wednesday morning, EYF starts tomorrow, it kicks off officially tomorrow. My hair is now this colour. It's very exciting, got it done on Friday, washed it for the first time today. It's already faded quite a lot, so that's kind of annoying, but also one of the things that just happens about getting your hair dyed at a hairdresser's. The colour seems to just fade so much faster and I just don't understand why. Anyway, I am travelling up to Edinburgh today. My train is in 2 hours, so I'll probably leave it an hour. Not that it takes an hour to get to the station, but I apparently like to be places half an hour before I need to be. I've packed this morning because that's me. I've caked up some yarn for a jumper. I've caked up some yarn for a sock. I will be taking both with me because I've got a super long train journey ahead. So I decided to get the train this year instead of getting the plane. That's not what normal people say, flying. So, let's go to Edinburgh and celebrate EYF, yeah. I'm out in public filming myself and people are looking at me like I have two heads, but I'm at Nottingham Station and I'm half an hour before my train is due, so I'm just gonna hang out in the sunshine and enjoy it before I'm stuck on a train having to sit down for 5 hours. Good times. Well, I'm currently in Newark and luckily it's a beautifully sunny day because I have a 20-minute walk to get from one station to the next station. So weird, weirdest transfer ever. But I'm enjoying the sunshine and the walking and yeah. So today's the first day of Edinburgh Yarn Festival and we're off. Wearing my voltage shawl. I'm very excited. Birthday to you, happy birthday dear Penelope. I've just sat and had a tea and had some knitting time and I found some knitting friends. Look at it! In a vlog. Hi! It's the girls in the Yarn Café! I met them in person finally! Real! They're real people! Real life! They're 3D and everything! I didn't hear you. What? You're 3D and everything. I'm 3D! But yeah, now we're about to go and do some more shopping and spending and all of that fun stuff. Okay. With this creeper as well. We're all creepers. It's true. We're all creepers. We're all spent monetarily and otherwise for the day. So now we're just going to head off and I'm going to go meet my parents and these two are going to hang out and have a great time and I'm just going to be a little bit jealous. But... So you're missing out on? down so much.
Oh, yeah,
but it's true, I met them, I've seen them, I've befriended them, it's fine.
And we're gonna hang out all weekend long. I'm so excited! So fun!
So I've lost those two, and a bus goes past, so I lost those two. I'm about to, they went off and went to have some kind of delicious food and wine, and I won't lie even, I will admit, I'm a little bit jealous and I'm suffering from severe FOMO. But I will see them again tomorrow. However, I'm on my way to meet up with my parents. They've never been to Edinburgh before, my mum's never been to Scotland before. So I'm about to meet up with them and hang out with them for the evening, because it's been a hot minute since I last saw them, so I thought, why not? But yeah, day one, good. I've spent the money that I hadn't technically set aside, but had set aside for today, so it's all good. So I'm finally home after a super busy first day. I had to meet up with my parents, we went out for dinner, we wandered around town, it was really good. I feel exhausted now and I'm ready to sleep. Very ready to sleep. I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, it's day 2 and my voice is already going, but I'm heading off. I'm about to go get some breakfast and I'm excited. There's a great Swedish bakery close to where I'm staying, so that's where I'll be going. So I had a coconut tea, it was amazing, and I had a sweet scone, it was amazing. I made the mistake yesterday of not eating breakfast, and then not eating lunch, and then not eating dinner, and then woke up really hungry this morning. I just get overwhelmed by yarn fumes and meeting people and everything, I just forget to eat, but I've already eaten today, so we're off to a better start than yesterday. Day 2 and there's already quite the queue outside, it's gonna be fun. So I just bought the yarn to knit this hat to match exactly, but with a purple pom-pom instead of the mustard. I've been admiring it for ages, so thought it's time to treat yourself. Plus these are really cheap. Bargains. And it only takes one of each colour. It's a top sheep. The rainbow sheep. It's got tiny skeins of yarn as its wool. Very cute, very clever. And you can get kits for the sheep too. Take it from face on. Yeah. It's just a general scan. So we're in the marketplace. I'm with Laura of Woolly Wolverine. We were getting twitchy, we hadn't spent much money in hours, so then we both went to Old Maiden Aunts and bought a sweater's quantity of yarn. And they coordinate beautifully. I went for like a dark petrol colour and Laura's gone for like a lighter teal colour, so same spectrum.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So now we've bought a sweater's quantity and we can relax a bit more because we spent money. Yeah. It's a weird concept, but yeah, we're going to go mooch around a little bit more and see what's going to happen. Yeah. So I've left the Yarn Festival for the day. I just did a lot of sitting and knitting with some very lovely podcastery friends. Spent the day with Laura of Woolly Wolverine, who is a delight as always. I'm about to go now meet up with my parents and hang out with them for a bit. Maybe stay with them for the evening, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But yeah, excited to go back for another day tomorrow. I bought some things. Of course I bought some things. I can't go a day without buying things. But yeah, see you later. mess. Day 2 is over. I'm back much earlier than I was yesterday. I needed it. But I went out for dinner with my parents, had a very nice pie followed by very nice sticky toffee pudding. My dad got whiskey and cheese, which is apparently a dessert, but that's not a dessert, let's be honest. But yeah, now I'm gonna chill out, do some knitting, get an early night, and all of that good stuff. So I'll see you tomorrow with my mum. My mum's coming to EYF. So excited. Good morning, it's day 3 of EYF and the last day. How sad. But I'm just about to head to my parents' hotel for breakfast. I'm late. Of course I'm late. When am I ever on time? So I've just kind of said, hey ladies, bye ladies, and run out of the house. I feel a bit bad, but breakfast, of course. I have to eat it. It's too good to say no. Mum's wearing a scarf, knitting chromatic yarns. Very nice. But Mum's first yarn festival, first time in Scotland. Oh, you can cross the road. I'm looking forward to it. It's very exciting.
It's very exciting.
Going to be buying all the things. Yeah. I've left Mum at the hotel with all of my yarn and I'm about to meet some lovely people for some lovely dinner and I'm very excited. We're having a bit of a podcast and knit night tonight, so we're going out for a bit of spot of dinner beforehand and a bit of knitting. I'm not gonna lie, pretty knackered. 3 days of a lot of talking, a lot of yarn shopping. Tires one out, but worth it, so having a good time. I'm excited for this evening. It should be fun, yay! Lovely podcasting people. Hi! 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 We're meant to be on the way to Ellie of Skein and Uber has taken us to like one town over, so we're abandoned outside. I had to use a stranger's toilet because I couldn't hold it anymore.
Knocking on the door in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I feel really bad, but at the same time, it's an adventure.
When you gotta go, you gotta go. Definitely.
Good times, good times. Vlog the end of yesterday because it was too early in the morning. I didn't want to wake up the ladies and the babies and the bunnies, but I had a really lovely time yesterday hanging out with various friends and just knitting and chatting and wanting desperately to go to Rhinebeck and looking up the price of flights. Of course. I did that when I got home, but yeah, I had a really lovely evening yesterday evening. I've just now at day 3 of extreme dehydration and I can feel it in my skin. I had to moisturize twice. So worth it. But plan today. I'm getting the train home at 2ish, so I'm about to head to Mum and Dad's for breakfast again, to their hotel. I need to go to Elizabeth's, Tristan and Christie's house where they're staying and pick something up from there. And then just hanging out, I think, until my train leaves. So currently 8:25, so I'm about to head to the hotel to get some breakfast because I am peckish, because I drank some ciders last night. Of course I did. Of course I did. I have no self-control, but yeah. This is terrible lighting, but here's a very quick flash of the haul. I bought yarn for 4 projects and a couple of bags, and I'm so happy. But I'm home. I've just had a show and tell with Mario. I've already got my pajamas on. We've eaten dinner. It's nice to be back. That was a long train journey, and I was sat in a window seat between 2 windows, so I couldn't look out the window for the long part of the journey, so that's kind of annoying. I have a sore neck from looking at my phone too much on the way home, but I will film a proper show and tell of all the things that I've bought tomorrow, and also when I put this all together, and I will probably try to edit it all as well. But yeah, very exciting, very happy. I've had a great weekend. Hey everyone, it's time for the haul. I forgot to put my glasses on, but that's okay. Please ignore the mess. I'm human. But I had a fab time at EYF. It's currently Tuesday. Yesterday I was going to do this, and then my eyeliner went really wrong, so I just took my makeup off. And then Mario was doing Dungeons and Dragons work on the computer anyway, so I couldn't have edited it. So I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it till tomorrow, and I'll do it tomorrow instead. Because he's not here today, so I may as well have just waited till today anyway. But I like to try and get my EYF video up like the day after I get back. But, you know, I'm only human. Yesterday was hardcore recovery day, drinking as much water as I could. I was so dehydrated from just a few days of not drinking enough. And it's taking me long to get over these kinds of things now, as I'm getting older and wiser. But whole time, I'm very excited. So this is, I think, the most I've ever spent at a yarn festival, but also the most intentional purchases I've ever made. Because before I would just get random single skeins of things that I like. By the way, that's our fish, her name is Sophie. Random skeins of things I like, and so I've got a lot of single skeins of sock yarn upstairs that I don't really need, so I've decided to be more decisive about what I'm getting. I've got one random sock yarn that is maybe either going to be a pair of socks, or it's going to be going with another yarn that I got. I posted a picture on social media of my yarn haul, and let's just say it's very colour coordinated. I don't really know where to start. Let's start with the first purchase on the first day. I went in with Rebecca, who was one of the 2 lovely ladies that I was staying with. We went in Thursday. We got there quite early because her mum could go in from 9, so we joined the queue. and we got there, we went straight to Be Inspired, which is a yarn shop in Edinburgh, and they had Cosmic Strings yarn. And if you've watched one of my EYF videos before, you will know that every year I've been to EYF, I have bought a skein of their EYF special colourway. It turns out they only have 3 EYF colourways. They've only done 3 years, and I've got every single one. So ta-da! This is called EYF Special 2019. It's on their 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon, 425 meters per 100 grams. And this was the first purchase. Usually at yarn festivals, I walk around for hours and I don't buy anything, but I bought this within the first 10 minutes of us being there, and it's beautiful. Now I've got this tradition, it's quite nice, because usually I don't buy anything and then I buy one thing and then I buy everything in about half an hour, but this year it was much more spread out, and if I liked something, I'd look at it for a while, I'd go off, get a cup of tea, think about it, and then if I still wanted it, I'd go back and get it, but if not, it wasn't meant to be. But yes, I love all these beautiful speckles, and it actually goes really nicely with the EYF colour they came out with last year. So I was either going to do a 2-colour shawl, and then Mario said, I thought you were just going to do socks with them. So maybe I will just do socks with them. So I've got EYF socks for days. But that's Cosmic Strings. They are Edinburgh based, which makes it even better. And that's in the EYF Special 2019 colour. And I went and got it really quickly because they very often sell out of them. So I thought, beeline. Right, next. I gave myself permission, because I do dye yarn, I gave myself permission to buy things that I couldn't dye myself, if that makes sense. Each dyer has their own techniques and skills and talents in things, and I know where mine lie, but I also know where mine don't lie. So I got some solids, because I can't dye solids. I mean, it probably just takes more practice, but I haven't worked it out yet, so whatever. So on the first day, I went and bought these 2. These were going to be a colourwork hat, and I mean, they still might be a colourwork hat. I've got fluff all over these, because they were just in my suitcase. They still might be a colourwork hat, because the hoopla hat I wanted to knit for ages. But this is Rainbow Heirloom on their 100% superwash merino. It's DK worsted weight, and that's 230 meters per 115 grams skein. And so yeah, it's either going to be a hoopla hat, or when I went back in on Saturday with my mum, I also got this one so I could do a 3-colour shawl. I found the Midnight Hour, Mystery at Midnight. I'll put a picture in. I say this, and by the time I get to the haul, I'm going to be so done with editing. But it's got like mosaic knitting and then some solid colours too. So I think I'm going to do these 2 as the mosaic knitting, and this is the solid colour in between. And these are also hand dyed in Edinburgh. So this colour is Koala Haircut, which is a great name for a colour. This one is Snow Melt, and that's, it's just mint. I love a mint. I love a mint. And this is Tide Pool Find. They're all 100% merino. They're all the same weight, and they're so soft and squidgy. So yeah, I'm going to make a 3-colour shawl with it. Either that one, or I'll find another one. But I thought it's quite wearable. I will wear it a lot. Worst comes to worst, these will all be hats. But that's okay. Cool. So next, I went to Barramu. This was on the next day. I'm doing all the wool first, then I'll do bags last. Because I actually bought some bags, and I don't usually buy bags. So I went to Barramu, and I saw this pattern when I went to Yarndale in September with Mario. And I took a picture of the name of it so I could look it up on Ravelry and whatnot. But then while I was there chatting to Catherine, who works there, we've bumped into each other at quite a few shows now, and she was my first customer at Nottingham Yarn Expo. It was very exciting for me. But I stood there talking to her and I decided I really wanted to knit this hat. So you can get the focus on this. So it's just a colourwork hat, and I tried on the sample and it fit. That's important because it's the smallest size. So I'm probably not going to knit the smallest size because I have a giant head, and I imagine that hat's been on display quite a lot. It's been on glass heads or whatever. So I imagine it might be a little bit stretched out. But Catherine, sorry, lots of C names, said that it takes one ball of each colour, which I think is pretty cool. So the balls of yarn were only £3 each. So it's the Baramu Pip colourwork, 100% British wool, spun in Yorkshire, spun and dyed in Yorkshire. So it's just a 4-ply wool. This colourwork is coal. This one is white rose, and it's just like a really nice cream colour. This one is Lotherton, and then it's teal. Like I say, I'm very colour coordinator, and I'm going to do this at the pom-pom, and this is in Bishopthorpe. So yeah, I'm going to copy the hat exactly. So these two are going to be the body of the colourwork. This is going to be the brim, but I didn't want a mustard pom-pom, so I've gone for a purple pom-pom. And I'm very excited to cast this on because I haven't done any colourwork in quite a long time now, so I think this will be a good one to get me back into the swing of it. But yes, I need to get some different circular needles maybe. I can do magic loop, I guess. But yeah, I need to cast some things off first and free up some needles before I knit this, because I apparently have cast on all of the things and have them all going, so smooth me. So I bought that also on, I bought that on the second day within the first hour of me being there, which once again are very uncharacteristic. And I was hanging out with Laura of Woolly Wolverine, as you will have seen in the vlog. And it got to a point of the afternoon where it was her last day at Edinburgh Yarn Festival, and I said, I really want to buy a sweaters quantity today. I've decided I can't just go home spending £17 on, was it £17? I can't remember how much it was, £15? However much it was on the pattern and some balls of wool, it was under £20. I want to go and spend more money, which is such an illogical thing to think, but the one that I went with. So there were lots of varying prices of yarn at Edinburgh Yarn Festival, some of which were very out of my budget, and that is okay. I really wanted to buy a sweaters quantity of the Squirrel colourway by Usha Tita, and I think I would have done, but the only 4-ply that they had was either a sparkle or a singles, and I kind of just wanted normal sock. So I didn't want to spend, I think it was £11 extra per skein than the yarn I'm about to show you, on a jumper that I kind of didn't want. Does that make sense? Maybe I'm being silly. So we went to Old Maiden Aunt because sat around the podcaster table, people were talking about how much of a bargain Old Maiden Aunt was. So these were £15 a skein, which is a bargain. So I went with it. The colourwork I got is, so these are Unique and Beautiful yarns, also hand-dyed in Scotland. It says it's 400 yards per 100 grams. I can't remember what that is in meters. So this is 464 yards per thing. Come on, you're British. Why are you using yards? I'm very confused. I'm going to say it's about 365 is the usual thing, isn't it? But 400 yards. And this is in the colour Lon-Dubh. If this is some form of Celtic, I do apologise. This word in bold, it's that is the colour. And I double checked all of the dye lots, and they were all dyed at the same time. And I will obviously be alternating skeins, but it's just this really beautiful petrol blue, and yes, I thought if I want to do some kind of colour work, if I want to knit another one of these, I can just put in some yarn that I've already got upstairs, one of my single skeins. I really want to knit the Gaudi jumper, I think, which is by, I don't know her actual name, Julie Knits in Paris, who stood out fantastically all weekend with her fluorescent blue hair. But yes, I don't know if this is going to be one of those. It was going to be a Sippler by Caitlin Hunter, and then I thought, I looked at the pattern, it only takes 2 skeins, but we shall see. It's 100% superwash merino anyway, and I reckon it's meant to be 400 meters per 100 grams, but I might be wrong because I've got yarn of a similar base upstairs and that's 400 meters per 100 grams, so we shall see. But yes, beautiful, beautiful. And then on the last day, when I was walking around with my mum, I didn't buy too much. I was very controlled on my last day, mainly because I was with my mum. But I bought this one. And then we went to Martin's lab because Saturday was actually much quieter than Friday had been. I thought Saturday was going to be rammed, but it wasn't. So I was actually able to get into the Martin's lab booth. I bought 2 skeins of a mint colourway last year that was going to be a jumper with a light grey that I dyed myself, and the contrast was not high enough, so that is currently still in limbo, waiting to be what I want it to be. I might make another boardwalk blouse with it, although I don't wear that too much, but I've got some skirts to go nicely with. But I bought 3 skeins this time, and this colourway is called Candy Sparrow. I double checked all the dye lots and they all match too. It is also 100% superwash merino. See, this one's 400 meters, 437 yards per 100 grams, and this doesn't look to be any thicker, so maybe it is a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. It's just thrown me that there's no meter edge on the label, but. So I gave myself permission to buy these because I'm not very, the speckles that I dye are less defined than this. Plus it's really pretty. It's really difficult as a yarn dyer to give yourself permission to buy yarn. But yes, it's just this really light grey with some fluorescent speckles on, which are really fun. So this is either going to be a pavement sweater, or I've got some yarn upstairs that I can put with it and do something with it. But I'm very excited about it. So yes. And then the bags that I bought, I went and chatted to Gemma of the Little Grey Girl, who makes beautiful bags, and her and I have become quite friendly on the internet, as where all friendships start. And as I was sat there talking to her, she had a bag that she'd made in a fabric that I loved, and while this wasn't the same shape bag, I said, do you have your new shape of bag in this fabric? And she said, why yes I do. So it's a wizard bag. So it's a drawstring bag with square bottom and grey on the bottom because she's very on brand. Light grey inside. It's got many pockets. It's drawstring, and it's got a little doodad on it. So this was the new shape of bag that she debuted at Edinburgh Yarn Festival, which is great because I love this shape of bag because you can knit as you go. You just hang this on your arm and you knit, and it's fabulous. I did it in the queue while we were waiting to get in on the first day. And yes, this is by, the Little Grey Girl. And her bags are so well made. Like I said, I've been friendly with her for a while, but I haven't actually bought one of her bags before, and I don't know why, for no particular reason, but I was so drawn to this fabric because it's just so me. And the fact that the wizard is in perfect colours, and Edinburgh is where Harry Potter was allegedly written, well, it was written, and there's so much Harry Potter stuff around, I was like, plus Dungeons and Dragons. I don't play a wizard, but I have great appreciation for them. I play a druid who's kind of like a nature wizard. And then after I went to Unravel a couple of months ago, and I bought that Pleistra bag for Becky of Soprano Knits because I must mention her in every video. I had to go and get myself one. I didn't go for a crossbody, I went for an over shoulder. It's marketed as a project bag. I'm going to use it as a handbag because I'm a rebel. Also, why not? And it's a beautiful canvas. This is a drawstring, so it does close. Mum said, I'd sew a big popper on that. I said, well, Mum, it's a drawstring, I don't need to. And I've already started to pimp it out. Somewhere else to put badges, always. So this is the badge that Becky sent me for Christmas. And this is my Druid pin. And yeah, I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of it once the weather takes a turn for the better again. Because, yes. So this was from Knit With Attitude. They had so many colours. And I almost went for a light blue. And then as he was getting it out of the underneath bit, I said, can I be really annoying? He said, yes. Can I switch it for the teal? Just so I'm even more on brand. Because this is petrol teal-y colour. So is this. This kind of is just a bit brighter. And this kind of is just a bit darker. So I'm very predictable in my colour choices. Then I went out for dinner with some lovely people on Saturday, and Tristan and Christy were disgustingly wonderful and gifted me a skein of yarn each. This was before I got us lost in a taxi. Otherwise I think they would have held it against me. I'm joking. Everyone was very lovely about it. It was just my fault for trying to be quick and efficient and not actually taking the time to check things. I have been reliving it in my head ever since I've got home, because that is what my brain does. Overthink, 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 overthink. Even though everyone was lovely about it and we got an extra tour. But this is Dragon Hoard yarn in the colourway Come Alive. It's on her Law base, which is 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. And it's 436 yards per 100 grams, which I think is 400 meters, if we're going off this. Yes, 400 meters. And it's so soft and squishy. And it's in the Come Alive colour, which is from her Greatest Showman collection. And I love the Greatest Showman. So it's this grey colour with beautifully splotchy speckles through, which is so my jam. It's a bit grungy. In all fairness, a lot of Tristan's colourways are a bit grungy, and I love that. I love it. And then Christy produced this one, and this is also 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon, so also 400 meters, and this is on her Gothic, in the Gothic colourway, and this is Yarn Café Creations. Whoop. And these are Girls in the Yarn Cafe, for those that don't know. I've been a long time fan of theirs. I started to watch their podcast when it was just Christy by herself, and Tristan's been a part of the podcast for eons now, so it was really exciting to meet them, and I freaked out a little bit, but it's okay. Hopefully I hid it well. But it's this gorgeous deep purple colour with speckles of black on, and they said they hadn't planned it, but these go so well together. They might have to go in a shawl together, and I'd wear it till it fell apart. And it also will have to be made in this bag because it's just too well colour coordinated for words. But thank you so much, ladies. It was not expected at all, and too generous, and I love them. And also it fit in with the colour scheme that I was going for when I purchased all of my yarns, so made for a great Instagram picture. But yes, as always, I had such a lovely time at Edinburgh Yarn Festival. It was my first one without Becky, so that was a little bit sad. But it, I met a whole bunch of lovely people and hung out with a whole bunch of lovely people, and it was nice to take my mum and dad, or I took my mum, it was my mum and dad's first time in Scotland, but I took my mum to Edinburgh Yarn Festival, and it was her first yarn festival, so that was nice, because I think when I tell them what I do to make money, they don't fully understand it. So taking my mum to a yarn festival and meeting other like-minded people was really, well, I really liked. I thought it was really nice. But yes, to each and every one of you that came up to say hi, thank you so much. It was so lovely to meet you all and talk to you all, and I really, really appreciate it. People from all over the world. It shocks me every time, and I don't know why, because it shouldn't shock me how far people travel for Edinburgh Yarn Festival. But it was so lovely to put, you know, faces to names and to see you. People were surprised by how tall I am. In all fairness, some of that was the Doc Martens. There was one point we were stood in the marketplace, and I just bumped into Tristan and Christy for the first time, and Kristen of Villenvine was there, and Carly, who's Falula on Instagram. Yeah, we were all hovering, getting excited that we see each other for the first time. They're all quite short, not in a, obviously it's not a negative thing. I was just stood there feeling like Gandalf. I'm not that tall. I'm what, 5'7", 5'8"? So I'm a little bit, but not. Then I bumped into Grace, and I felt a bit better because she's a bit taller than me. I'm just like, oh good, there are other tall people. It's just, I just felt quite tall. But yes, I had such a lovely time, and I'm so glad that we got to all hang out as podcasters eventually once we got to Ellie's flat, because I'm the worst. I just selected the wrong address on Google, on Uber, and it was completely my fault for not double checking. And then the Uber driver drove off very quickly, and the taxi driver that picked us up gave us a quick tour as we were driving back, which was very nice of him. And thank you to the lady whose toilet I used. Plus we did a great live stream over on Christy's Instagram. It's really funny. But what an adventure. I'm so excited for EYF next year already. I'm already planning it. And I can't wait to knit with all of my yarns and see all my friends again in the future. That's the saddest part, is saying goodbye to everyone. But next year, I'll be a married woman. Ah! Right. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this very long podcast, or vlog even. I now have to go and edit this before my driving lesson, so that's not going to be fun. But I will see you all very soon in my next video. Bye!